Hi guys, welcome
Hola.
to Sippin and Spillin with Sid and Mike from 3 Mississippi.
In case you're wondering, that's Mike. I'm sorry, that's Sid.
Yep, he still messes it up every once in a while.
Hey, listen, I need to address something right now. And I need to get this out of the way. I need to call somebody out. Tim, Ridge Life. Ooh, giant squirrel. You see that thing bouncing across the yard? As big as a hippopotamus. Anyway, Tim, Ridge Life. Yes, I do like Blue Moon. Today I'm wearing a hat. Thank you for calling out my non-hat wearing, Blue Moon drinking. What else was in that comment?
I know. Oh, you need your hair cut. You got your baby curls coming in. I need to cut
Baby
them.
curls?
Yeah, he gets the little wings, you know, above his
I can't believe how curly my beard's getting this time.
It's because it's humid.
Last time I grew it out, wait a minute, I remember buying a beard straightener.
Oh man!
At one point,
you did
in my life.
It's packed somewhere. I don't think
it
you
was
found it
pretty curly. Anyway, I'm just messing with you. Except for I'm not.
We saw a deer a little while ago. There was a doe right
there.
Right there. Like we watched it, and then I watched it from the upstairs window go to the pond. It was eating the pears off the pear tree that you can usually see behind us, like when we do our lives and stuff. It's like back there. So.
Speaking of the hat I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that one. Camo one.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
What pattern is that?
Camo pattern.
It's like a woodland. It's like an old school
like
woodland.
Army old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got some cool new merch.
Yeah.
And I really like this hat.
Yeah. This is the trucker hat. Fit. That's the traditional baseball hat.
Yeah, the baseball. I don't tend to wear the trucker hat style. I like the baseball hat style. I like to get this bill kind of bent in a little bit like that, and yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so there you go. But yeah, there's a link down there for the merch.
Is it?
So, yeah.
On Sippin and Spillin?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I added it. Cool. Yeah.
So you can order 3 Mississippi merch from the Sippin and Spillin page.
I don't have any Sippin and Spillin merch yet. I need to call the gal back that helped me with the logo because I have some ideas for some cute stuff. And then there's actually another idea that I had. So tomorrow's video that's posting on 3 Mississippi, I reference, and I can't remember now off the top of my head what I said exactly, even though I just finished editing it. But I was talking about like farm toolkit go bag, but I made like a weird name for it. I can't remember now, but I was like, that would make a cute shirt. And now I can't remember what it was, but you'll see tomorrow in the video.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
And I can't remember now what it is, but I just watched it in the video again when I finished it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, that would be a cute shirt. Yeah. So yeah.
I definitely the three Mississippi logos growing on me.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do another one where it's like the outline of the state at some point, but I just haven't.
With the 3 in the middle.
Yeah, and
like what Alan did.
Yeah, kind of like that, and I have a couple other like variations of some different ideas for different like things for shirts and stuff that I'm gonna work on. But I just one thing at a time. I have to. If I get a little bit like squirrel, like I just have to kind of stay focused and finish one, and then I have to like. Yeah, because otherwise I get a little bit too...
The humidity crept back in on us.
It did. It was humid today.
It got
later in the day.
It's a little humid out here. It's a little sticky out here right now. It's a little
sticky. Well, we're supposed to, in theory, they said we might get a little rain on Sunday as it stands right now. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know. That could change anytime. So.
If we do, that'll be good. I'll get out there and get some fertilizer out.
But we want to talk about, just kind of to explain a little bit, and I want to read you guys something real quick.
Oh, yeah, we're going to call out a comment.
And not like, not like...
We're not going to say his name.
Right. And it's not like... It rubbed me slightly the wrong way, just because you'll see why in a minute. But as the wife...
It's not a bad comment.
It's not a bad comment.
But I could see how it rubbed her wrong.
Yeah.
And I felt like... it was something that we should, because we said on this channel sometimes we're gonna read some comments and like address some things, and this is one that made me think this is a bigger picture thing that we can address.
Right, because this is like kind of what the channel is. You know, it's sort of, you know, talking things out, addressing comments, things that come up during the week that we want to like either give you guys a heads up on or discuss with you or whatever. So anyway, here's the comment. And this was in regards to Yes, I'm sorry. I get my days mixed up. This was yesterday's video that he commented on.
It's the video where we were planning the chicken coop. And the end result is that the chicken coop is going to go where several videos ago we said that the garden was like the best spot for the garden.
There was like 2 spots that we liked for the garden that we were kind of going back and forth.
So we've settled on some plans for the chicken coop and where it's going to go. And this guy, we'll call him Bill. Hopefully his name's not Bill.
His name's not Bill.
What's his name? No, don't say his name. Go ahead and read what Bill had to say.
To be honest, I'm getting aggravated watching this Sippin and Spillin. Dude, you need to place the garden in the best spot, regardless of what anybody else thinks. I understand giving her something to appease her, but you need to do what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. The things you're trying to do right now are too important to allow someone that can't or won't understand what you're trying to tell them to affect them. So,
first, hold on, Bill.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing. I might be wrong.
Public comment. I guess you could say at least his first name, even though his whole name's on there. I guess it doesn't matter. We're not mad at you.
We're not. We're not mad at you.
It's not. We're not like crazy angry or anything like that.
I just felt like that comment gave us the opportunity to clarify something that's really important. And that is, a couple more for her than for me. But for me, when I read that comment, I thought, you know, Bill, if you're married, and I don't know you from Adam, because you're Bill. If you're married, you have very similar conversations with your wife to the conversations that we have.
Right.
Probably. 17 years we've been married. And we do not agree on most things.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Right. Like, and you have to understand too, like, as important as the gardening is as important as the livestock is. So, I know, I heard that too. I don't know if that was some crazy frog.
That was wildly intense.
Yeah,
whatever
it was like grinding its teeth or something, which frogs don't have teeth, so it was weird. But anyway, unless they do, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't know, but that was a lot. So, I mean, I feel like for us, one of the way that he has his passions, I have my passions. We try not to discount the other one's interests, even though those things are not interesting to the other one. Even though we like to reap the benefits of, I love the stuff that comes out of the garden and he loves the meat that I raise, we don't like to deal in each other's playgrounds.
I don't like to go feed the chickens.
Right.
She does not like to go tend to the garden.
Right. It's just not, and I'm not good at it. He's not good at dealing with the animals. Like, I'm not good at dealing with the garden. Like, we have our genres and we just stick to what works. And so sometimes, because he is the one that designs and knows how to build stuff, and I'm there for, like, to help him do it, it's me having to convince him a little bit harder sometimes that the things that need built for animals, like, are still a valid priority.
And not only just that, but I can be very...
you gotta flirt with your man a little bit. You gotta, like, to get him to do certain things. And that's just...
I can be very hard-headed when we're talking about something that I know about, okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, we might be talking... It might be about animals, right? We might be talking about animals, and we might be talking about a structure. And I'm hung up on, you know, the fact that the sun tends to be farther south most of the time in our hemisphere, and it's going to go this way to this way, and it's going to be over here, and the shade is going to be here, and I'm hung up on these facts that are going to affect my build, and she doesn't give a
rat's hiney.
I almost said poop, but used a different word. She doesn't care about that detail. She cares about the other details that she cares about, having to do with the animals. And so I'm hung up on this.
And the structure being, like, functional and safe.
And I'm the one that's going to build it, right? So we have to work through the
moving pieces.
The difference in priorities in order to get to the end result that we're eventually going to build. Now, same thing with that garden. There are a couple of places that the garden will do really well. She made a joke at one point, can't you put the garden in the front yard?
Yeah,
we're not using the front yard. And I was like, only if you cut all the trees down. But
and he was like, they need sunlight. And I was like, technicality. Like, sometimes I'm like, do people not understand that I'm making, like, jokes?
I think most people do.
I think most people do. I think sometimes, I don't know.
In this case, one viewer kind of got the impression that really was the only good spot for a garden.
Yeah, which is...
And maybe some others did as well.
And then I also couldn't comprehend that the garden is important. I know the garden's important. It's not the thing that I spend time on, because that's not what I spend time on. That's not where my value to our farm has ever been. Right? No, it's not. Till
dinner time. We're having salads tonight.
Yeah,
so.
But I'm not good at contributing to the growing of the garden, the watering of the garden, the planting of the garden. The closest I get to planting the garden with him is he'll say, like, what kinds of squash do you want me to plant? What kinds of lettuces or greens do you think that...
Do you like this kale over this kale?
Because I'm the one that does the cooking.
Right.
So, and I'm the one that's more concerned about, eating the healthy vegetables and stuff. Like, I'm the one that's like, oh, I got to make sure I get enough of this and that and whatever. So we consult on that, but it's not that I don't understand it. It's just not the thing that I actively participate in on a daily basis, just like he doesn't actively participate on a daily basis with the animals. He comes out on processing day. That's the most interaction he has with the animals. And the maintenance on
She's like, fix the door on that pin.
Yeah.
I need this on that pin. I need,
And some of the stuff I fix myself, but when it's like a major repair, then I'm like, okay, I need your help. I can't do this one myself. I don't know how to fix this. So things like that. But yeah, I mean, I think, and I've said it before, I think after, 20 years together and 17 years married, we're bound to get on each other's nerves once in a while. I think that's mandatory. And I think one of the things that I think off and on for us has been a struggle. And honestly, I feel like Sippin and Spilling has, in a way, like you said earlier, good therapy, because we kind of talk it out in front of you guys. So it's almost like we're getting free therapy.
That's the biggest takeaway I got from that comment.
Yeah.
And I actually want to thank you for leaving that comment, because the biggest takeaway I got, right away, I read it and I was like, because Sid was in the shower when I read it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I read almost all the comments. I may miss a few here, but I pretty much read all the comments.
I'm the one that responds.
I tend not to respond.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
I read that comment and I was like, ooh, that's going to light her up. I mean, boom, right? But as I read it, I thought, I think this comment gives us the ability to clarify, on Sippin and Spillin, guys, you're seeing reality. Yeah. A lot of times what we're talking about on Sippin and Spillin, this was our first time talking about it.
Right.
We may have had a conversation beforehand. What are we going to talk about on Sippin and Spillin? And we say, well, let's talk about this, let's talk about this, let's talk about this. And now you're seeing us talk about it.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it yet. This is just, we picked a topic and said, this is what we're going to talk about, and here it is.
We're going to talk about the chicken coop.
Whatever, yeah.
And we're going to walk around and talk about the best place to put things. And I was like, oh, that's going to be nuclear. But okay, here we go.
Right.
But
it ended up being very therapeutic, because, part of it is we know we can't, I gotta kill that. We know we can't be, we have to remain a certain level of civility because we're filming it and we can't edit it.
That's true. That's true.
So it keeps us both a little bit more okay, I hear what you're saying,
but I disagree.
Yeah, exactly.
185%.
So I feel like when we have these arguments or these discussions in front of you guys, I feel like it's free therapy. We're I hear you. Now, how does that make you feel? I feel I think that's what's happening. So we have to thank you guys, because we never would have, I don't think it would have occurred to us that because that honestly, that is the place that we tend to butt heads. And we talked about before in another Sippin and Spilling, that when we have to sit down and make a decision about something that we're planning, a project, that we just butt heads because he's fighting for his thing and I'm fighting for my thing. And
we both think we're right. And frankly,
we are.
We are both right. That's the thing, is
Yeah.
what I'm fighting for is usually has nothing to do with the end result of the animal itself. What I'm fighting for is practicality. How realistic is this? That slope, I can't do that. That is too close to a tree. That is whatever. I'm looking at all these, the practical things, and I'm also oftentimes looking at the budget, right? The budget is hugely important to me, and I'm the one that tends to buy materials, so I'm the one that tends to know how much materials cost.
And I don't.
She might just say, just like build it out of railroad ties, and that'll keep the predators out. And I'm like, okay. Last time I checked, an 8-foot railroad tie at Lowe's was $28. It's probably gone up since then. I don't think I can afford to build it out of railroad ties. That was an extreme example. But, so I'm looking at practicality, I'm looking at budget, and she's looking at, I want my animal to be happy and safe and comfortable and
in a functional space that
I want it to be pretty.
That I can clean it out easily, that I can keep them safe. There's a lot of factors.
And you want it to be pretty.
Well, I can pretty anything up. I mean, I've prettied you up a few times.
Easy.
Okay. I forgot to put my spray again, and I'm getting bugs.
No, so I do. I think that it's kind of fun, actually, to have this reality that is Sippin and Spillin, because for the last 4 years, our edited videos on YouTube, as soon as we disagree about something, we're like, dude, that's not going to work. Yeah, that's what I want. Those get cut. That gets cut out.
Edit it out. Why did you say that? Stop it. We'll restart it.
Yeah, you know what? Stop. Stop the camera.
Yeah.
I don't even want that in the video.
Yeah.
And that happens, right? You guys never see any of that. I
guarantee you, it's happening with every married,
with every channel,
dating YouTube couple,
every channel,
family, whatever. I guarantee.
Yeah, 100%.
Like there was one day, in fact, I forget which video it was, but it was a video where we took the 4-wheeler out. Frankie was driving, and I got on the back. And then Frankie accidentally didn't put the brake on, and we started rolling downhill. And I cut it right when I'm going, brake. Well, we both start ripping into her after that to teach her, hey, you have to pay attention, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't want to stick that whole us tearing into her and explaining how serious it was. So there's things like that too. That's yes.
Yeah, there's plenty of our parenting moments that are never going to be seen.
Yeah, the beatings, the whippings. No.
The reality is, when you're watching a produced video, the reality is when you're watching a video that has been edited, there is very little reality. There's some.
Well, no, I don't think. I mean, it's not like we aren't having conversations genuinely sometimes, but there are times where something erupts and it will get edited, or something doesn't go right and it's going to get edited.
Yeah. But look, the end result. Yeah, the reality is whatever the project was about.
Yeah.
But the end result of the video is what we wanted the experience to be in a video.
It's like a little movie. It's a little episode. It's a little whatever. So it has to flow a certain way as best it can when you're trying to, wrangle.
Right. We knew going into it what it was going to be about. We knew how we were going to start it. We knew what was going to be the end result. Some cool things happened in real life in the middle that we capitalized on, and we figured out how to make it of it. But even without scripting and without planning, which we don't, you have an idea and a plan essentially that becomes the end result. We don't in Sippin and Spillin.
Right. It's like we're going to talk about this today, and then we come out here and we talk about it, and yeah. And I know some people are like, sometimes you guys talk over each other or whatever. Sometimes,
Welcome to a marriage.
Or, yeah, we interrupt each other all the time, which I get irritated at him, and then he's like, why do you get irritated at me? You interrupt me too. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't listen to me, and then it becomes a thing. It's just,
right.
That's, and I'm very, if you interrupt my train of thought, and I've caught myself when I'm trying to edit, I derail so fast. I cannot remember what I was talking about. I cannot get back to it ever, and then I get mad.
Depending on who it's with.
No, it's with you.
With me. If that happens and she's with her best friend Jen,
Yeah.
Nobody ever gets mad.
No,
They talk
that's
over each
different.
other. They interrupt each other. But as soon as she's talking, she's on a roll, and I say, wait, but hold on a minute.
Then it's game over. It's my brain. I can't.
You just interrupted me. Yeah, no, I mean, look, welcome to a marriage.
I know.
You know, welcome to a marriage.
I know. That's okay though.
So, and I like the challenge of an unedited half hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half hour on Sippin and Spillin. We have a brief conversation about, hey, what are we going to talk about on Sippin and Spillin today? Oh, let's talk about the merch, and let's talk about that comment, because we had a brief conversation about that comment when she got out of the shower. And
you got mad at me.
I did. I got mad at her because
and I didn't think I reacted badly.
She wanted to cut the guy's throat.
That is not accurate. That is, first of all, that is a gross exaggeration of said events. Okay? No. I was just like, you know, I think I may have said something initially like, oh, I bet he's single or something like that, because a married man
and then
values
you said,
his life.
And you do not need to keep your woman in check.
Yeah, because there's something about
the way it
the
felt
way,
a little
the way
bit,
it was worded. I was like, no, I am very much a part of this. In fact, this whole project adventure of getting a farm and whatever was heavily fueled by me going, yeah, I want to have animals. Yeah, I want to move to somewhere where we can do this. So
it still couldn't have been better. That comment worked perfectly.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but Frankie is singing at the top of her lungs.
Wait, listen. They probably can't hear.
You guys probably can't hear.
To me, that comment worked perfectly. It really did. It opened up the opportunity to say, hey, this is real life.
Yeah.
We're going to bicker. We're going to disagree. You're going to see us work some stuff out.
And at the end of the day, I'll get some hogs and the body disappears. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us on Sippin and Spillin. Yeah, so if Mike goes missing, check the hog pen that he built.
Woo! Come on.
No, you know I love you.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow. And make sure you check out today's video. Oh, and merch. Yes, today's video on 3 Mississippi. And then, of course, check out the merch link. This was from Bonfire. I have not been able to figure out how to do the hats on Teespring because it's
not made in China, people. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah.
Not made in China.
So there you go. Mike's happy. But anyway, there you go. Go get yourself some cool merch and all that good stuff. We will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.